America watched, bewildered. Randy Mahomes, the matriarch of football royalty, donned a MAGA hat. This wasn't just any game, it was the AFC Championship. The stadium roared, a sea of emotions. Her son, Patrick Mahomes, was leading the Chiefs to another Super Bowl. But all eyes were on Randy. Her allegiance was clear. Donald Trump, the tycoon-turned-politician, had found an unexpected champion. The media went wild. How could the mother of America's golden quarterback support a man so polarizing? Trump, never one to miss an opportunity, seized the moment. He praised Randy's courage and patriotism. This was a strategic alliance, a way to bridge the gap with moderate voters. Trump, the master of spectacle, had orchestrated another headline-grabbing moment. Super Bowl Licks was more than just a game, it was a political arena. The air crackled with anticipation as Trump, beaming, descended into the VIP box. There, amidst the champagne and confetti, he met Randy Mahomes. Cameras flashed, capturing the handshake that sent shockwaves through the nation. Was this a simple photo op or something more profound? Trump, a man who understood the power of image, saw Randy as a symbol of Middle America. Her support, however unexpected, legitimized his message to those skeptical of his brash style. He lavished praise on the Mahomes family, calling Patrick a winner and Randy a great American. The message was clear. Even in the world of sports, Trump's appeal resonated. Trump's economic policies were a double-edged sword. He promised tax cuts for all, a boost to the middle class. His plan, an extension of his previous tax cuts, seemed too good to be true. And perhaps it was. Experts warned of ballooning deficits, a ticking time bomb for the economy. But the allure of more money in their pockets was hard for many Americans to resist. Trump, the consummate salesman, painted a rosy picture of prosperity. He promised a booming economy, jobs galore. He tapped into the anxieties of the working class, those struggling to make ends meet. His message was simple. I feel your pain, and I will make America wealthy again. The internet became a battleground. Trump, a master of social media, used it to bypass traditional media and speak directly to the people. His tweets, often inflammatory, sparked outrage and adulation in equal measure. Right-wing influencers amplified his message, hailing him as a savior. Left-leaning voices decried his policies, calling him a demagogue. The digital divide mirrored the polarization of American society. Trump's supporters saw him as a disruptor, a man who challenged the status quo. His detractors saw him as a threat to democracy, a demagogue who exploited fear and division. The internet, once hailed as a tool for connection, became a breeding ground for misinformation and echo chambers. Section 5, the man of two faces, savior or sorcerer. Trump's duality was both his strength and his weakness. He was the ultimate showman, a master of persuasion. He could charm and bully in the same breath. He was both deeply charismatic and deeply polarizing. His supporters saw him as a straight talker, a man who said what he meant. His detractors saw him as a narcissist, a man obsessed with himself. This duality extended to his policies. His tax cuts, while popular in the short term, threatened to exacerbate inequality in the long run. His focus on deregulation, while appealing to businesses, risked environmental damage and consumer harm. Trump was a walking paradox, a man who embodied the best and worst of America. Trump's presidency was a period of unprecedented turmoil and division. He upended norms, shattered precedents, and left an indelible mark on American politics. His supporters lauded him as a transformative figure, a president who put America first. His detractors condemned him as a dangerous authoritarian, a president who eroded democratic institutions. His legacy will be debated for generations to come. Was he a visionary leader who challenged the status quo, or a demagogue who exploited fear and division? Only time will tell how history will judge Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States. The 2024 election was just the beginning of a new chapter in the Trump saga. His ability to attract support from unexpected quarters like the Mahomes family demonstrated his enduring appeal. His economic policies, while potentially harmful in the long run, resonated with voters struggling to make ends meet. the social media landscape remained a battleground, with his supporters and detractors engaged in a constant war of words. Trump, never one to shy away from a fight, seemed to relish the chaos and division. America's allies and adversaries alike watched with a mixture of fascination and trepidation. Trump's unpredictable nature and his willingness to upend global norms had kept the world on edge during his first term. Now, with his return to the political stage, the stakes were higher than ever. Would he continue to pursue an America First agenda, or would he moderate his stance on issues like trade and foreign policy? The world held its breath, uncertain of what to expect from the man who had become synonymous with disruption and unpredictability. Donald Trump was a Rorschach test for America. His supporters saw in him their hopes and dreams, a man who promised to restore America to its former glory. His detractors saw in him their worst fears, a man who threatened the very fabric of American democracy. He was a man of contradictions, capable of great generosity and great cruelty, of inspiring loyalty and inciting hatred. He was an enigma, a showman, a force of nature. And whether you loved him or loathed him, there was no denying that Donald J. Trump had left an unforgettable mark on American history.